This might be one of the most insane kits Genshin has ever leaked, because Sandrone is not just another cryo DPS. We're talking about a brand new reaction system, a laser-based playstyle nobody predicted, and constellations that scale into straight-up broken territory. And after going through everything, this might genuinely be the closest thing we've seen to a Neuvillette-level carry in a long time. So let's break down her entire kit and why this changes everything. Sandrone is a 5-star cryo claymore user, which already puts her in a very unique spot since we don't really have dominant cryo claymore carries right now, and she's clearly designed to anchor an entirely new team archetype built around Stellar Superconduct, which is not just a small upgrade to normal reactions, but basically a whole new system. Now here's where things get crazy, because Sandrone's entire kit revolves around her charged attack, which works similar to Neuvillette but with a big twist. She fires a continuous cryo laser dealing constant cryo damage while also firing periodic shots that trigger stellar superconduct damage. So while you're holding it, you're stacking constant cryo damage plus extra stellar superconduct procs on top. But there's a catch. There's a heat gauge, and the longer you channel, the more it fills, until it maxes out and you overheat and get forced out, meaning you can't just hold it forever. And this is where the skill ceiling comes in, because good players will manage the gauge, time their skill properly, and maximize uptime, while bad players will overheat and lose massive damage, and that difference is going to matter a lot. It's also important to note that she cannot spin freely like Neuvillette since her turning speed is limited and closer to Sidewin, meaning positioning is going to be key. Her elemental skill does two things at once. It reduces the heat gauge and deals 1 instance of stellar superconduct damage. But the damage itself isn't the main point, since the gauge reduction is everything, because without it you're constantly forced into downtime. While with proper timing you can extend your laser window significantly, so the skill basically acts as your loop reset button that you use before overheating to keep the damage going. Her elemental burst is much more straightforward, dealing 1 instance of cryo damage and 1 instance of stellar superconduct damage, acting as a dual-hit nuke that isn't the most complex part of her kit, but still plays an important role in maintaining field uptime and adding burst damage outside her laser window. Now the most important part of her entire kit is Stellar Superconduct itself, which is essentially an enhanced version of the normal superconduct reaction triggered by cryo plus electro. But instead of just reducing physical resistance, it creates a field, and inside that field only certain characters can deal stellar superconduct damage, while all electro and cryo characters gain a 38% damage bonus. Which is huge, because now this isn't just a reaction, but a full team-wide buff system. Meaning characters like Raiden Shogun and future Snezhnaya Electro units can benefit massively from this field, making it clear that Sandrone isn't just a DPS, but the core of a new meta archetype, essentially functioning as Snezhnaya's version of Natlan's Night Soul system. Her signature weapon is also stacked with 674 base attack and 44.1% crit damage, and a passive that gives 18% attack and 60% stellar superconduct damage, which is an insane boost that directly buffs her main damage source, making it the kind of weapon that takes a character from strong to top tier. Her constellations are where things get even crazier, with C1 slowing heat buildup to allow longer laser uptime while also increasing stellar superconduct damage by 30%, making it one of the best quality of life and damage constellations. While C2 massively spikes her damage by adding an amount equal to 100% of her attack to stellar superconduct and giving her 40% attack per stack after firing the laser up to 3 stacks for a total of 120% attack, making it widely considered her best stopping point. Then C4 adds extra damage during her charged attack by dealing an additional instance equal to 125% of attack every 4 seconds. And finally, C6 completely pushes her into broken territory by massively enhancing each laser tick depending on whether she is inside or outside the field, adding multiple instances of stellar superconduct damage inside the field or multiple cryo hits outside, while also increasing her stellar superconduct damage by another 20%, ensuring she always hits hard regardless of the situation. In terms of playstyle, Sandrone is a pure on-field DPS focused on charged attack uptime, managing her heat gauge and maintaining stellar fields, following a loop of firing her laser, managing heat, using her skill to reset, continuing the attack, and using her burst in between, which creates real skill expression since players need to properly time their abilities, maintain stacks, stay inside the field, and position correctly, making her far more engaging than standard DPS characters. She naturally pairs with off-field Electro supports like Raiden Shogun and future Snezhnaya units. And there is already a Superconduct artifact set that gives 40% reaction damage and crit rate on affected enemies, which seems designed specifically for her, and her leaked trial team consisting of Sandrone, Columbina, Inefa, and Xilanen strongly suggests this is the intended archetype going forward. Putting it all together, Sandrone is a laser-based cryo DPS with a heat management system built around a completely new reaction that also buffs her team. And depending on the final numbers, she could either be one of the strongest DPS units in the game or a very skill-heavy niche character. But either way, this is one of the most unique kits we've seen in years. So now the real question is, do you think Sandrone is going to be completely broken, or is that overheat mechanic going to hold her back? And if you want more updates like this as new leaks drop, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything.